Hey, what's up? Like, totally time for 90210.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the 902 episode.
902?
The 902 show. 90210 show.
What in the hell, dude? Did you forget what we watched?
Welcome back to the 90210 show. My name is Mark. With me as always is my lovely girlfriend, Carol. How are you doing, Carol?
I'm heartbroken.
Oh, you're heartbroken. Not even a hey, what's up. That's how
heartbroken I am.
Heartbroken you are. Well, it is February. It's around Valentine's Day.
It is. Somewhere near Valentine's Day. What is your problem?
It's February 15th, 1996. And we're going to get into... Do you want to banter a little bit? Or do you want to get right into the episode?
So, foreplay or straight to it?
Exactly. Have you been lubricating?
I would like my foreplay, please.
Okay.
Gotta get me warmed up a little bit.
Well, Valentine's Day.
That's why I'm heartbroken.
It's a big...
Kidding.
That's why.
I'm kidding.
Because for the third year in a row, you didn't get the Valentine you wanted for a new boyfriend.
Exactly.
Someone who's not a piece of shit to you. Sorry.
Well, you know. No.
Wow. There's a lot of pensive pauses there.
I just really had to think about it. But no, I mean, we had a really nice Valentine's Day. I'm just fucking with you.
Studying Jack Benny over there.
Just fucking with you.
Yeah, we went to Pasquale's.
It was delicious. Just like you.
Wow. I had to step up my game because, you know, the rich assholes that listen to the show can't think that we're going to McDonald's all the time. But you regular people I know don't care.
He really does take me to McDonald's all the time.
Patreon.com.
And Taco Bell.
Patreon.com/RichardLatefield.
7-Eleven. That's one of our big date night spots.
7-Eleven. Come on now.
We go get, you know, the frickin' Slurpees and the hot dogs.
All of a sudden, where were you from? What was that accent? The frickin'... What accent was that?
I don't know.
Yeah. Hot dogs and that's right. Big bites and big gulps.
Yes. So we can, you know, have our snacks with our movies.
Right. Yeah, I sneak your snacks in every single time.
And that's why I have the giant purse.
Yeah. Well, I have to sneak the drinks in under my sleeves.
Except for that one time. I missed that purse.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyways, no, he got me one of those little, you know, bears with the heart chocolate things. And it was cute. Sweet. Yeah.
And
I
flowers.
don't care about Valentine's Day, though. I mean, like, thank you.
She really doesn't.
But I don't. Like, you could pretend it didn't exist and I would be fine.
But it does exist. Saint Valentine. Saint Valentine didn't murder all those bears and make all that chocolate out of their bones. Or whatever St. Valentine did.
Wow.
What did St. Valentine do? Marry a bunch of people or something?
I don't know.
I think he was like, oh, the Catholic Church doesn't want you to be married, so I will marry you in a secret ceremony.
Is that what he did? I have no idea. Okay.
Yeah, it would be better if he secretly married homosexuals way back when. The Catholic Church is against this, but I'm a pioneer for equal rights. So I'm marrying homosexual couples, and then we celebrate Valentine's Day because of that.
Sure.
It'd be a big homosexual holiday.
That would totally fly.
I'm saying that would make a better holiday.
It's weird how holidays have nothing to do with, like, the actual thing they came from anymore.
Yeah.
Like Santa Claus and St. Nicholas. Nah.
Christ gets resurrected. How about eggs?
Right? And bunnies. Bunnies don't lay eggs. What is the point of the fucking bunnies?
The Cadbury bunnies laying eggs.
I want Cadbury eggs now, damn it.
You know the English get better Cadbury chocolate than we do?
What?
Oh, yeah. Have you ever had imported English chocolate or any place in Europe?
No.
Their chocolate's better and more caffeine.
I want it. Well, that's what you should have got me for Valentine's Day.
You know how hard it is to... How am I supposed to do that? I'm going to write a letter to someone in England?
Use that.
Send me some chocolate, please.
Use that fat Patreon cash and buy me some imported chocolate.
Patreon.com/retrolate.
Anyway, let's talk about 90210 now. I feel like I'm warmed up enough.
All right. 90210. What storyline do we tackle first?
Not the brokenhearted one. We'll save that for last.
That's the end. The end of the episode, it's got to be the end of our episode.
I feel like there's nothing else that happened in this episode.
Well, so let's start with Kelly's mom.
Okay.
Because that's the ultimate just spinning your wheels, nothing happens. Kelly's mom sits down and says, hey, we've got to sell the house because I can't afford it anymore.
Because she's not getting alimony because she got married to the douchebag who cheated on her, who also is not paying her alimony. He's only paying child support.
Yeah. She's like, well, she said I would feel wrong asking for it. But you know what? He should offer.
Yeah. He's some super rich dude.
Yeah, he's world famous dentist.
Oral surgeon. Sorry. And he knocked her up. And now she can't afford to live because he took away her income by marrying her.
Yeah. Mel Silver's got the gold.
He's an asshole. He is such an asshole.
He is an asshole. I wonder if they will ever reconcile.
I hope not.
He's a dick.
I just want him to he should have had the same fate as at the end of this episode.
Is it worse that he's ugly? Like if he was a super good looking guy and he cheated on her, do you think that we would be able to forgive it more?
No.
All right. I think it's worse that he's ugly.
What does that matter?
I think it matters. I think the fact that he should be happy with what he has.
He's rich.
It's like when a dork has confidence and he shouldn't.
Wow. But he's rich.
I hate misplaced confidence.
Wow.
It's so annoying. That's like
one of the most douchiest things I've ever heard you say.
I knew this guy, Neil. I'm not going to say his last name.
Yeah, please don't.
But I knew this dude, Neil, that I went to high school with. And we were in class, and one of the girls was like, oh, I can never do well on this test. And my friend Mark was like, oh, I get an A in this test. And she picked up the paper and held it to her head. And Mark's like, what are you doing? And she goes, osmosis. And Neil turns around and he goes, actually, that would be diffusion. Osmosis only deals with water. I just said, shut up, Neil. I hate it. I hate that he thinks that he deserves to talk.
Wow. Wowza.
Oh, no, he's good. He's a good guy.
I don't know if you're a good guy right now.
Nah, I'm not. But he's good.
I don't know if he deserves to. I don't know. I hate it that he thinks that he deserves to talk.
He's all right. He's an okay guy. Anyway, what were we talking about?
So Kelly's
Mel Silver.
Kelly's mom is selling their house.
She says they've got to sell the house because she can't make ends meet.
Apparently, somewhere in this house that has never been featured on screen, there's a wall that is an aquarium. I really want to see that in a house, and I want to know which wall.
It's in the bathroom, apparently.
Well, no, they asked if she had glass block in the bathroom when she first moved in.
What does that mean? Does that mean you can see into the bathroom?
I don't know. I
wish.
Where's
the glass block?
Is
it encased within walls that you can't see through? So it's just like it separates, say, the bath area from the toilet, or is one of the walls black glass where you can't really see, but you can kind of see?
I would not like that.
Not at all. That would be a statement.
That would be a frickin' statement for sure, but it would be a no bueno.
Yeah. There's no way that would fly.
No, I imagine that it's like
in my bathroom,
part of the shower.
Yeah, maybe.
Or...
Which is fine, because usually you're in the shower alone.
When they first said it, though, I had pictured the weirdest thing that I'm sure was just this giant glass block in the middle of the floor in the bathroom. Like, why? Why would
just
anyone
one
have that?
Giant glass block.
Because the way they said, did you have that glass block? Like that one glass block is how it sounds.
Just to put your feet up when you're going to the bathroom.
That would be awesome. Actually, awful. I don't think that would work.
No, it'd be awful.
I don't think that would anatomically work.
We're not even really supposed to sit. We're supposed to squat.
Yeah, I'm not squatting, thanks. I have never pooped anywhere but a toilet, and I'm not gonna.
Good for you.
I'm pretty proud of it.
That's a hell of an accomplishment. I can see why you're proud.
Hey, I won't camp anywhere that doesn't have outhouses at the very least.
Yeah, well, camping sucks anyway. So.
Yes, it does.
But they're not going to be camping, because what happens with this storyline is they have a open house. They call it a caravan, I think.
A realtor caravan.
Yeah, that's a very...
Caravan of realtors.
That's a very British term.
Is it?
Caravan, yeah.
Okay.
There's a movie, made-for-TV movie, Star Wars movie, called Caravan of Courage. It's an Ewok movie.
I want to see this.
There's 2 Ewok movies. One's called Ewok Adventure, I think, and the other one's called Caravan of Courage. I think Caravan of Courage came first.
Why are these not part of my life? I want Ewok movies.
You've never seen either one of them?
No.
Oh my god! They came out in like the late '80s, I think, or maybe mid-ish '80s. I remember I remember them when they came out, but I think the first one. So humans from Earth, I'm pretty sure, somehow get marooned on the Ewok planet, and it's 2 kids and their parents, and I'm pretty sure their parents die.
Oh God!
And then the Ewoks have to take care of them.
Do the Ewoks eat their parents?
I bet they did. The Ewoks eat people.
Yeah,
they were going to eat Luke Skywalker and his friends, and then C-3PO told them to stop.
They are cute, but they are vicious.
And they ate those stormtroopers.
Right?
At the end, there's just a bunch of empty stormtrooper heads. They ate those stormtroopers. Anyway, so can you imagine that? That's your fate. You're fighting for the Empire. You're part of an elite ground force on the ground, and your ultimate fate is to be eaten by teddy bears.
But at least you get to go out looking at the cute teddy bears.
Yeah, that's probably made that glassy, dead-eyed stare. That probably made
God,
made them feel great. Anyway, so they have a caravan of realtors.
Yes,
they all come in. They make fun of her house.
Yes,
and
they're assholes.
Then they lowball an offer, and she's like, "Nah, I said no," and that's it. Although her realtor calls the phone, Kelly gets it towards the end of the episode. So
yeah,
maybe another offer's coming in. I assume that this will actually probably carry over into the next episode.
My mom got lowballed.
Wait. In real estate, right?
Yes.
Okay.
When she sold our house after my dad died, this asshole realtor did, as far as we could tell, nothing to try to sell the house.
Yeah.
And then bought it from her for nothing.
You're kidding.
No. And she was just so desperate to sell and get out of there. She just took it few months of nothing happening, and he's just like, hey, I'll give you half of what you're asking.
That sounds like a scam.
Yeah, it sounds like he's a fucking dick, right? I think that should be illegal. I don't think realtors should be allowed to flip properties.
I'm pretty sure it is illegal. I'm pretty sure he's not supposed to buy that house.
Well, it happened.
It's a conflict of interest.
Yeah, well, he was a douche.
Well, that is no bueno at all.
Right? Oh, well.
Wow.
I don't like realtors.
Just take advantage of a desperate widow.
Right.
Yeah, that'll be on your tombstone, sir. I'll make sure of it. What a piece of shit.
So the other plot line, and I really feel like there's only one other plot line here.
There's 1.5.
Okay.
Well, there's 2.
Okay, you're right.
There's other
2.5.
But 2 have to combine to 1.
Sure. Brenda and Cindy and Donna take a self-defense class.
We never see that. Donna just smiles and makes comments.
Yeah.
We never see her do anything.
That's another one of those perks of being the producer's daughter. Apparently, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
I'm just here because, that is funny. Do you think that... So if you were an actress and they came to you and they're like, yeah, we're doing self-defense, we're doing a self-defense episode, would you be like... Oh, yeah, I get to do a self-defense episode. Or would you be like, nah, get the stunt person in to do the self-defense episode?
I would do it. I think it'd be fun.
You'd be all in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to learn new things.
All right, cool.
But apparently Donna is lazy. But it's really, I mean, there's not that much going on. Like, they
take self-defense.
They do the thing.
You ever see a self-defense class?
That's it.
You ever see the Hollywood depiction of a self-defense class? That's all there is to it. They give a little bit of good information, I suppose, where the woman says, it's always the best part of self-defense is self-confidence. So, you have to be assertive and be like, no.
I think that's dumb.
Why?
I mean, being assertive, fine, but like... self-confidence, if somebody is coming at me to kill me, whether I feel confident in my ability to take them down does not matter. Do I have the ability to take them down matters.
I disagree. I agree with the self-confidence thing because let's say you're a stalker rapist.
Sure.
And you're prowling through the alley. Who are you going to go after? You start to walk up to somebody, and a woman turns with a bunch of self-confidence and says, no, stay away from me. Are you going to continue to pursue her, or are you going to pursue the one that's like, no?
I mean, I guess that's true. Intimidation is a factor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I do think that plays a role in it, at least a little bit. You could have the most self-confidence in the world and still be victimized.
For sure.
I think the best defense is to put the onus where it actually belongs, because so often we tell women in society, oh, you shouldn't go there, or you shouldn't have been wearing that, or you shouldn't have been doing that, or you shouldn't have been hanging out with this person. And it's always, oh, this is something that you did that put yourself in this situation. Right. When in reality, it's the guy. We should be instructing young men, really young boys. This is what perpetuates a cycle of violence against women. These are like the thought processes. These are the things. This is the entitlement that you feel where you can, you think you can victimize women, and you shouldn't do this. Because the actual perpetrators are the ones, they're the ones that are to blame.
Yeah.
The guys. So I do think that it's important for women to be able to protect themselves. But I think the most important thing is education for young boys, so that they
Interesting.
So they don't grow up to think that this is okay.
Wow. I mean, I feel like I've never thought about that, and I feel like that's really cool, and that maybe we should do something with this idea of yours.
We took a serious turn
here. Anyways, yeah.
Retro Leafy, changing the world.
Yeah, back to now to our world. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brenda's kicking some ass, and
yes, she is.
Then
Cindy's sore.
Yeah,
needs a massage.
So
that's her story.
Yeah. Then we have Brandon.
Brandon's getting Brandon's done.
He's getting shook down.
Next episode, either the next episode or the episode after that, depending on how much they have to deal with things.
Right.
Next
episode's gonna be pretty busy.
Yeah, but he's going down.
Yes.
There will be a reckoning to this.
Well, he was down $500.
Yeah.
In one day, he lost $500.
I believe they call that half a sawbuck. I don't remember. Half a dime, a nickel. He's down a nickel. That's what. That's what it is in gambling terms. A dime is $1,000. A nickel is $500.
And
down a nickel.
He has two best friends who are rich.
Yeah.
One of whom is literally trying to give him the money back.
Right.
Steve's trying to give him the money.
Worst thing you can do, by the way, is give money to a degenerate gambler. I heard of this is probably an apocryphal story, but I heard a story about a famous poker player way back when. Actually, I believe it's in Doyle Brunson's book Super System.
Okay.
If anybody is interested in the game of No Limit Texas Hold'em, which is not a very popular form of poker, but the World Series of Poker, which they will show at 2 a.m. on ESPN, is No Limit Texas Hold'em. Doyle Brunson wrote a book called Super System, which is a combination of poker, like... He wrote it in I think 1978 or something like that, or 1979. He won the World Series of Poker back-to-back, and then he wrote this book shortly afterwards. But half of it is like poker instruction, and half of it is like a biography of his life. It's a really interesting book, even if you don't like poker.
Okay.
But in this story, he talks about this guy called Lowball Larry or something like that, because he likes lowball form of
like
poker.
Scumbag Steve, okay.
And he goes up to a friend of his. He knocks on the door and he's like, "Hey, I need money for the rent." He's like, "I'm really desperate. I got nothing left. I need money for rent and food and for the light bill. Can you loan me some money?" The guy's like, "Oh man, I didn't know it was this desperate." And he's like, "Well, so he hands him some cash, and he's like, "I'll help you out." And he's like, "Oh," and he's just, "Do you want to come in and talk about it?" He's like, "No, there's a lowball game, in half an hour that I got to get to." And the guy goes, "I thought you were broke." And he goes, "Oh, I have money for that."
Oh, wow. Wowza.
So that's where Dylan's headed.
You mean Brandon?
That's where Brandon's headed.
Yeah.
No, Dylan's headed to Brandon to tell him, "Hey, that's where you're headed."
I had a friend that used to do that shit to me.
Do what shit to you?
She wasn't a gambling addict or anything, but
drug addict.
If I wanted to go see a movie, she would say she couldn't afford to go.
Okay.
So I'd be like, "Well, I'll pay. Come to the movie with me."
Uh-huh.
And then she'd go buy something while we were out. Like, I don't know, jacket at the mall. I mean, the woman had money, and I'd be like, "I thought you didn't have any money." And she'd be like, "Well, I didn't have money for that.
I just bought this new car."
You wanted to go see a movie.
I had a friend like that we would invite him out, and he wouldn't say that he didn't have money. So we'd get to the movie, or we'd get to the restaurant, and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm not going to eat anything, or I'll just wait here."
Oh, no.
Because I don't have the money for it. And then you feel you have to pay for him.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet he had some shitty parents that taught him that kind of thing. Yeah. Where do you learn that?
I don't know, but it was,
Ugh.
Real degenerate thing to do. But speaking of degenerates.
Yes.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Losing a nickel.
So, yeah, and then the gambling dude, the bookie, shows
Duke.
up at...
His name's Duke, which is a very stereotypical bookie name.
Right? He shows up at the Peach Pit.
Mm-hmm.
And Brandon's all like, "Hey, what you doing here?"
I think you know what I want, Brandon.
But then he's like cool about it, and he's like, "Hey, I'll let you off this time." Now, do you think that he was forgiving him the debt, or do you think he was just giving him extra time?
I think he's forgiving him the debt.
Wow. That's huge.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's the cocaine dealer being like, "First one's free." That's what that is. That's given him just enough rope. He knows that this is an inflection point. Okay? Why are you looking at me so confused?
No, I'm not confused. I'm listening.
He knows this is an inflection point. He's lost a bunch of money. Now, he could say, "I want my fucking money." And you got a day or something like that. And he knows Brandon is well off enough that he could go to his parents,
or one of his rich friends.
He could go to his friends and get the money to him in a day.
Mm-hmm.
And the debt would be paid. But then Brandon would be gun shy.
Yeah.
But if he tells him, "I'll let you slide. Try your luck again."
Right.
I'm going to warn you, you're not going to get this again. but try your luck again. This is just like, it's like a fisherman. He's just reeling him in. So
interesting.
That's what I think's going on. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, poor Brandon's gonna end up bloody somewhere.
Well, he's gonna end up. Someone's gonna. It's gonna end up bad.
Or do you think Nat's gonna get hurt over this?
Nat might get hurt. I think that's what's gonna happen. Nat's either gonna find out, or he'll get hurt, or something, and that's what's gonna open Brandon's eyes.
Yeah.
Nat will step in.
Yeah, he already looks really worried.
Oh yeah, Nat knows what's going on. Nat's placing bets on high school basketball games. Nat knows what's going on.
And at the same time, Andrea came into the Peach Pit on her date with, what's his name?
Mr. Shaw.
Yeah.
Yale Shaw is his name.
It is not.
I don't know what his name is, but he's going to Yale and he's from Shaw.
So, yeah.
He is known by his I don't know. What
Black Brandon. That's what we've been calling
Black
him.
Brandon, yeah.
Which is so funny.
Steve is like, why is... Oh, because she likes Sprinkle.
Yeah. He's like her substitute.
That is true. That is weird. I didn't think about that, yeah. But Steve looks and he's like, oh, she's dating a black man.
Yeah, Steve seems to have issues.
Yeah.
Again.
Steve had issues with the black basketball players, the black kids that got scholarships or whatever.
Yeah.
Steve seems racist. I don't know if they're ever going to do anything with that, but he's exhibited some racism.
Well, and we already know he's a bigot, so.
He's like, oh yeah, because of the jungle fever.
Ugh, Steve.
He's got jungle fever.
It's no good.
No, that's pretty insulting.
So now I think we can go for it. What do you think?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that's all of them, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, and the producer calls David.
Oh, yeah.
And David's like, Steve, will you ever forgive me? And Steve walks away from him. And then he sees him at the Peach Pit. And he's like, Steve, will you ever forgive me? And he's like, yeah, you had to do what you had to do.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to be a douchebag.
That he does. That he does.
So, yeah, that's the end of that storyline. But, yes, we can now get into the main storyline. Dylan and his dad, Jackson McKay. Jackson Everett McKay.
So Jim, after, a long time of hemming and hawing and thinking and whatever, decides that he will sign the money over.
Yeah.
Idiot.
I mean, we get, so Jack buys a boat.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know where he acquired this boat.
Yeah. Like, none of this makes sense because he doesn't have any money.
But the captain of the boat looks like a former football player. And keeps getting, I think he actually is too, and keeps getting in his face and is like, hey.
When are we going to get our money?
Yeah, where's the money, you dick? Our deal's off if you don't get the money. And there's guys in a van across the street listening. Now, here's the thing. I think we're supposed to believe, at least at first, that it's the mob. But the mob's not fucking listening. The mob's not got things wired, so they're listening across the street. And the mob probably set up this boat too, by the way.
Right.
Or, I mean, not the mob, the FBI, because this is clearly the FBI. He's working with the feds.
Right. But this boat captain does not know that.
Which, by the way, I predicted.
Yes, you did.
No, he does know, because Jack's one night talking to Dylan. And he's starting to talk about, sometimes you got to get and roll around with the pigs and stuff like that. And I think he's talking about cops when he says pigs. And the guy's like, hey, I think we better interrupt this bedtime story. One of the guys in the van. And he picks up a phone. And after that, the captain walks in. And he's like, hey, keep your mouth shut. So he's working with the feds. They're all feds.
So who are they trying to trick?
I think his old associates. So my thought process is that he was supposed to get the money, go see his old associates. Remember, he comes in to the cabin to talk to Brandon, and he sings him "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Dylan,
whatever. Which apparently, why do I keep confusing?
I don't know.
Which apparently is something he sang to him as a kid.
Yeah. To
go to sleep.
Yeah.
That seems stupid.
Aww.
That is not a. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a sweet moment, but they couldn't have picked a better song. Like, that's not a relaxing song.
Well, it depends on how you sing it.
Take me out to the ball game. I mean, you can't sing that relaxingly.
Yeah, I guess.
That's like saying you're going to sing 76 trombones relaxingly.
Right.
It's time to go to bed, honey. 76 trombones in the big beret.
My ears.
You can't do that. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, so he says to him, though, he's like, I'm going to go see my old associates the next day. Because that's when he has the money. That's after Jim says, we got the money. So I think that was the plan, was to take the money to the old associates. FBI would be there. He's all mic'd up. Hey, here's the money for getting me out of prison, old associates of crime. Let's talk about all the crimes that we liked to do in the past and will do in the future. Just on the record. I mean, not on any record, but let's just talk about crimes. And then the FBI would be like, you've talked about crimes and we have you recorded. It's over, criminals. And that's how that scene would have gone down. Sure. Verbatim. That's how they would have written it. But instead what happens is something else, which we'll get to in a second. But first, they have this big dinner. I have other things to say, too, about this. They have this big dinner, and he's like, Kelly, you're the best. Whatever you're doing to Dylan, keep doing it. And
that was gross.
And Dylan's like, yeah, she's fucking me, and that's why I'm happy all the time, because of her pussy.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, he doesn't say that, but he very much implies that to his dad.
He does. It's
and
gross.
His dad just smiles from ear to ear. And then his dad proposes to the girlfriend.
Yes.
And she says yes with a spoon on her nose. And so then, next morning, we see, overnight, by the way, someone plant a bomb under his car.
So, leading up to this, though, it does seem like he is afraid he's going to die. He is afraid for his life.
That's my point.
Right.
He comes in, he sings to Brandon, he's like, hey.
Dylan.
He sings
the fuck?
I don't know. It's like you with Brendan and Brandon.
No. Brendan and Brandon at least sound the same.
Dylan and Brandon sound the same.
They do not.
They both have A's and N's.
And they don't look the same, and their characters are not similar. Go ahead.
I can't see the difference between faces. I have face blindness.
Okay.
Anyway, so he comes in and sings to Dylan and everything. And like he used to when he was a kid. Mm-hmm. And then he hugs him. Big, big hug. This dude fucking knows he's going to die. I don't think he's dead. I think it's staged. I think they staged this.
You think?
Yes. Because he absolutely acts like he knows that he's going to die, quote unquote. And then when he sees Dylan go into the car, he's like, "Hey, Dylan, get out of the way, get away from the car. Here's Kelly on the phone."
Yeah, but that's only because Kelly called.
He couldn't have been like, "Oh, Kelly's moving the car. Let me have him call you back in a second." Or can you wait a minute? He's like, "Nah, Dylan, no." And then he's got the smooth line because he's such a smooth operator. "Don't keep a beautiful woman waiting. Here's your car. I'm going to go blow up now." Or here's the phone. I'm going to go blow up now. And, yeah. So I think this is all staged.
Huh.
I think they decided at the last minute. They had some conversation. I don't want to do this. Maybe I'll be a witness protection or something like that. Instead of taking the kid's money. I don't think they were really going to take his money anyway. But instead of involving the kid, because he talked about, his kid and, oh, you're not going to get out of this alive and all this stuff and everything. I think he was like, let's do it this way. They talked about it. We're going to do it this way. And I don't think he's really dead.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, they said something like about you and your kid, and he's like, leave my kid out of this, and he says it's a little late for that.
Right.
Well, yeah, why'd you bring him to the fucking boat? Don't bring him to the boat.
But I think this is the way to get around Brandon being involved.
Dylan
being involved.
Jeez. Did you get hit in the head today?
I don't know.
What's going on?
I don't know. Dylan. So
when Dylan sees the car blow up and thinks that, thinks that his dad is dead, whether he is or not, he falls to the ground.
To his knees.
And screams, "No!"
And then he screams, "Con!"
It was the worst.
It's seriously that bad. It's as bad as Con. It's maybe worse than Con.
And they play it 3 times over.
Well, that is the funny thing. I think it's not supposed to be that. I think we're supposed to view that as he just screams 3 times, but it's very clear, as you pointed out, that it's just a loop. They play it once, then they edit it together, and then they edit it together, and they use different angles to make it look like it's a continuous shot. When it's not a continuous shot, but yes, you're correct.
So
it's looped 3 times.
He could only get out one good scream, and it wasn't even that. I'm sorry, normally he's a good actor, but he did not pull this off.
Oh, no.
I mean, we knew the guy is going to die. We were really anticipating this. We knew the bombs there, all of it. So there was nothing emotional. It's not like I was like, oh, no. So I was just judging. I was just judging him. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
No good. No good at all. I get the choice. The choice being to play it like primordial scream of rage and shock. I understand that choice. But you didn't hit that.
No.
You hit very generic scream into the air. You didn't conjure the emotions of shock and just absolute anguish. And it's a big swing. It's not an easy thing to hit.
Right.
You could have played it way small. You could have played it just completely stone-faced, shocked. Those are easier to do. What he tried, big swing, but he did not hit.
Nope, sorry, dude.
So Jack McKay is dead. Fitting, this episode title is Dead End.
And that is literally how it ends. That right there with Dylan screaming. Then they roll the fucking credits.
Yeah, Charles Rosen and such. All the people Darren star.
I feel bad for his fiance.
Yeah, but maybe she's in on it too.
I don't think so.
All right, so she's another innocent victim. I think that we're all supposed to believe he's dead. Now, I don't know how long they will keep this subterfuge. Maybe, a couple episodes. Maybe half a season. I don't know.
Or maybe he really is dead, because where else would he go? There wasn't a lot around this car in this parking lot.
Did you see him get in the car, though?
No. But Dylan could have seen him.
But Dylan was turned away.
But I'm just saying there was no reason for Dylan to be turned away. It just happened to be that way. I realize that's how, the camera angles went and everything. But if this were real life, there's no way that he could know that Dylan's not going to be looking.
Oh, maybe he would have done it a different way. Or maybe he could be in the car, and there's some kind of protection in there from the explosion. I mean, it seems unlikely, but that car really blew up good.
Yeah.
Seems more likely that he's in some other location, and he just presses the button on his... I believe they call that a fob.
Right.
On the key thing. One of those fancy cars where you can just push a button and unlock it.
And I wonder if Dylan had gone out to the car, would it have blown up on him?
I don't think so. I think that it would only work if the person wanted it to work. I think that's the way it was set up. But
because you gotta want it,
no.
You gotta believe you can fly to fly.
That's not what I mean. I mean, if you press the button, I don't think just opening the car or turning the ignition on, like usually happens in those things, would make it blow up. Because all somebody does is drive up in the middle of the night and take this cartoonish, like it might as well have a little clock on it, and sticks a dynamite thing and stick it underneath the car. Now, what's that attached to? When's that gonna explode? You turn the key, what, the bottom of the car knows? the thing knows, I heard it. The bomb says, I heard it. Someone turn the ignition on. No, when that happens, they wire it to the ignition. They wire it through the bottom of the engine. They attach wires to the starter and stuff like that. That sparks, the starter sparks, and then that is what causes the thing to explode. That's how they do it. They didn't do this, they just stuck it underneath the car. So to me, that means remote.
Okay.
Remote. And maybe Jack didn't even do it. Maybe it's the people in the van. Yeah. Just waiting to push a button. Wait till it's all clear. There's no one around it. Controlled demolition.
That would be the safest way.
I think that's probably what it was.
Unless, of course, he really is dead.
Yeah, unless, of course, he's really dead, and then Dylan escaped by the skin of his teeth, thanks to Kelly calling him in the morning. After she screwed him the night before.
Right. I didn't see him in the car either. Like, normally you can kind of see a body in there. There's nothing there.
We should have seen a fiery Jack McKay head.
Right.
Yeah, it looked empty. I think he knew, because I think this is all set up, and I don't think he's really dead. That is my guess.
We will see, or maybe we won't.
Yep, I don't know.
It's nice to not know again, though.
Yeah, I knew something was going to happen to his dad, but now I don't know. I don't know if his dad comes back or not.
Yeah.
All I know is that his money's still in trust currently.
Is it?
I think so. Or no, it's not, because they're trying to steal it from him.
They did steal it from him.
Yeah, but well, yeah, they did. We'll have to see what happens with that.
I mean, he went to.
You people out there are so lucky because you know what happens, and we don't yet.
He went to Jim to talk about investments and stuff, but I don't think Jim was like in charge of his money anymore.
Just like I think he was like helping him invest.
Yeah,
and he pulls his money out of investments or invests it all into this dude.
He's his money dude.
Yeah,
Jim,
the money dude. Yeah, and they say, Jim says, oh, maybe we should stop being surrogate parents, or Cindy says that or whatever. And it's like, you two are fucking awful surrogate parents. You're awful parents. Don't even know what Brandon's up to.
And Jim keeps calling Dylan son, and it like, I know he's told him not to do that, and it makes me angry every time he says it.
That's why I keep thinking that his name is Brandon, because he keeps calling him son.
Right.
But anyway, that's the episode of 90210.
It is.
Any other thoughts on it? Okay.
No. I mean, it'll be interesting to watch Kelly and Dylan work through this.
I guess. Yeah.
In an early relationship.
No,
it's a lot to deal with.
They'll be fine. They both just want each other for their bodies.
Right.
Anyway, that is our episode for the week. Carol, tell people stuff.
So go to our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yeah.
And write us at latefee1994@aol.com.
Please do.
And tell your friends.
Yeah, tell a friend about the show. If you've enjoyed this show and you want to do something for us, tell a friend.
Or, you could, like, decorate our lockers with, like, the stars and stuff. We like the stars.
If we're still in school, I guess.
Right.
And also go to patreon.com/retrolatefee and get some of that bonus content, early content. All the goodness is there. All those extra tapes.
Extra tapes, early tapes. It's awesome.
Yeah, we're talking about music over there. We're talking about weird stuff over there. Anyway, that is it for us. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.